Hey scientists, it's already the middle of the week. How are you doing today? Muy bien, that's good. A lot of you are having a good day so far. You all know I love to hear that. I'm having a good day too. I think I'm so happy because I'm really proud of us scientists. We have done so much learning together and have investigated a lot of scientific concepts. You know what else we've done together? We've solved problems. That makes me so proud of us. This month, like I mentioned earlier in the week, we'll be solving everyday problems. But we're solving these problems in a special way. We're going to make our solutions. And there's a scientific name for a scientist that solves problems by making things. They're called engineers. Have any of you heard of that word before? Engineer? All right, an engineer is somebody who makes something in order to solve a problem. That definitely sounds like what we're doing. And I did some more research on engineers and learned some interesting things. For instance, when engineers are solving a problem, they go through a cycle, which is another way to say a process. But it's called a cycle because that word means a process that repeats itself or starts over. And I'm not sure why they call it that, but I'm sure we'll figure out why. Well, in their problem solving, they go through a design cycle. And after they have a question or problem, they go through the cycle by learning, planning, making, and testing. Interesting, but I'm not sure if I fully understand each part of this. Maybe we should see how our investigation this week fits into this design cycle. What do you think of that, scientists? I mean, engineers. Awesome. Well, I have this chart with the design cycle on it to keep as a reference. So scientists, let me think about this week. On Monday, I presented my problem with a car, and we learned that I push the car and that makes it move. Oh, engineers, I said a step right then. Did you hear it too? Yes, I said we learned, and the word learn is in the design cycle. Okay, so when we started answering our questions through observations, we were learning. That's pretty exciting, all right? When I discussed my observations from my walk yesterday, as well as the definitions of different words like force, I think we were still learning. Do you agree, engineers? All right, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. What else did we do yesterday? Yes. We also drew our hill that we're going to make. Hey, I said make, but we haven't actually made anything yet. I guess we must still be in the plan stage then. What do you think? Does making a drawing put us in the plan stage? I agree with you, scientists. Now, are any of you ready to go on to the make stage? Not quite. That's okay. Maybe you can help me plan our hill a little bit more. I wanted to test something out. I want to make sure that we spend tomorrow focusing on pulling the car up the hill and practicing different pulls or forces. And I was wondering what kind of base to use for my hill. Based on the drawing, we just have a line, but I tested this out last night, and let me put it together and show you what happened. So I taped the back like we said. And I put it on the bottom like we said. Okay. But every time, see, even though I taped it, it just wasn't very strong and wouldn't work. So I still have to hold up my hill to use it. So I looked up some images to see how I could strengthen my hill. They all have a couple of pieces that support them a little farther up. So let me measure a few pieces and tape them on up. Let's see if it stays. Okay, what do you think? Right? I want to test it out tomorrow when we try to pull the car up the hill in different ways. But don't worry though, I'll show you how to make this tomorrow. You will need flat pieces of cardboard, strong tape, something small that needs to be pushed, like a toy car or a skateboard, and some string. I can't wait to test this out tomorrow, engineers. Nos vemos. See you then.